is going on, guys? It is Be the King 27 or Brian. We got Josh here and we've got Anthony. And we have some special guests here. Got a great group of gals. And then Anthony tags along as well. So we have the Ghouls here, which stands for Girls Hunting Out Unknown Lost Spirits. So if you guys can't tell, they are ghost hunters. And I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves in whatever order you guys prefer. So go ahead and welcome to the cast.
I'm Jen.
Hello.
Okay, hello.
I'm Kayla.
I'm Anna.
I'm Anthony.
There we go. I was waiting for him.
So let's start it off first. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. I guess we'll go with Anthony first because we know Anthony. No offense to you two, you guys, of course. That's why we're here to learn about everybody.
He definitely has COVID. There's 3 of them.
But let's go with Anthony first. Just tell us about yourself. Tell us how you started the channel and everything.
I'm Anthony. We all started a channel about a year and a half ago, I'd say now, right? I think that's right.
2021 sometime. It was,
yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. I met all of them accidentally at another random ghost hunt that I was at. I don't remember how, but we all started talking to each other, and we all basically, long story short, I messaged Jen on Facebook one night. I was like, invite me to more ghost hunts if you have any, and they invited me, and that's how I joined. But aside from the ghost hunting, I'm Anthony. 22. I play video games. I met Josh and Brian through the clan.
Hola. Now, I want to ask, so it sounds like Anthony hit Jen up. So, Jen, did you guys, ghost hunt, you 3 down here? I'm asking you guys are at the bottom. So, that's why I said down here. But, Jen, did you guys ghost hunt together beforehand, before meeting Anthony? Or did you guys not know each other at all?
No, so me and Kayla are cousins.
Okay.
And Jana is married to Kayla's brother. So Jana's Kayla's sister-in-law and my cousin-in-law. So we all knew each other.
Okay, perfect. So it's kind of like you guys all were interested in ghost hunting, which is kind of cool, honestly. That you guys are all kind of related and you're all interested in the same thing. That's very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
And
So go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
I was going to ask whose idea was it, because it seemed like you guys already know each other. So who was the one that was like, let's go hunt ghosts? Who sparked all of this?
Jana.
I started.
Okay.
And what got you into it?
I bought Kayla a ticket to go to Eastern State Penitentiary for her birthday one year because I wanted to start to go ghost hunting and I didn't have anybody to go with. So I basically grabbed her and had her start going with me. And then it kind of started going from there. And then Jen's like, well, what about me? So then
Nice.
get along, and now we are the Ghouls.
Yeah.
So did you have to force their hand, or was it voluntary? How did it
Oh, it's
end
all
up happening?
I was upset that I wasn't invited to go to Eastern State. So Kayla told me that Jana bought her a ticket to go to her birthday, and I'm like, well, thanks for the invite. Hello. Me and Kayla are best friends, and we have all of the similar interests. So basically, we're our bad habits rub off on each other, and
As it should be.
whatever she does, I do. Whatever I do, she does, and we're just so. If she likes it, I like it for the most part. So when I heard that, I'm like, well, next time you guys, go, hit me up. I definitely want to go. So Jana found another investigation, and they invited me, and that was the start.
Oh.
So how do you guys determine where you guys end up going? Is there one person that looks for places, or do you guys just kind of see what's going on social media or the news? How does it happen?
That's all Jen. Jen looks for places 24/7.
Yeah.
I do a lot of research.
When I'm at Jen's house, the one day she was like, here's the places I plan to go, and she throws me a book and it's 3 pages long, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that book.
So I want to ask personally, how did you guys come into this interest of ghost hunting and just like, I guess you could say like, scary things, you can say, right? Like, how did you come into that interest? Was it like something you were interested in when you were younger or a kid? Or is it something new to you now? Like, how did you come into that?
I think we've all always had that like interest in it. And then I believe we all would watch like Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures and then when Jana found that the tour to go, and that kind of brought everything together. And then she found a company that you can buy tickets and you can go investigate. And then I think I did some more research and realized like you can actually rent these places for like you and your group. Like you don't have to go with like a team. But I think all of us have always had an interest in it from when we were younger, just from personal experiences and stuff.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I could see that.
Yeah.
And I want to ask too, because you were mentioning about like ghost TV shows, ghost hunter TV shows. How accurate is that? Because people say like it's fake, like watching the TV show is fake, or the reactions are fake, or like the things they may find may be exaggerated. How accurate is that compared to what you guys do?
We get super excited when we get excited. Like Jen gets real excited, but we all get excited and we just like, oh my god. But like, I feel like some people act. Not gonna mention any people out there in TV land, but some people are a little bit more exaggerated.
Okay.
But I feel like you can always tell genuine reactions.
Okay.
Like you really can.
Now,
has there ever been? Oh no, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Brian. I had the last question.
I feel like we always have like questions at the same time.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a place that you guys were like dying to go to, like really, really looking forward to it, and then it was like a dud? You got there was like no activity, or it just wasn't what you were expecting?
Absolutely. There's a lot of places we've been to that's happened. But then again, when Jen goes and does the videos and looks at the videos, she's just like, oh my God,
Mm-hmm. You see stuff like after the fact.
Through the video, that you're discovering things that are not there, and they are there.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that's even more fascinating, because Hinsdale would be a great example. You hear so many stories from other investigators or just from the websites or YouTube videos, and like, oh, they captured all this stuff, and we go there and it was very quiet. But going through the footage, we captured some evidence that like you can't explain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So even though it might have been dead at the time, going through the footage, it really kind of validates like. So we personally didn't feel like we experienced something, but something was happening.
Right. And I think from what I understand, like they say that like cameras and sometimes like the technology picks up what like the human doesn't pick up. Is that the case, it sounds like, for you guys?
Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah. I have another question regarding what you guys were just saying.
You just pour out those questions.
I'm sorry, because I do find this really interesting, because like I'm like a fan of like scary type things. Like I like horror movies. I like watching like stories on YouTube and stuff like that. Like I'm a fan of this type of stuff. So like this is like a double-sided question. The first part is, was there ever a ghost hunt that you went to that like it was disappointing when you went there, and like even when you looked at the footage, it was disappointing? And then the other side of that question is, was there a ghost hunt that you went to that was exciting when you went there and the footage made it even better? Like that's a two-sided question.
That's kind of difficult, actually.
I throw out the difficult questions.
I would say a place that was exciting when we went there and the footage was even amazing was Penhurst, because it's not done yet, but Jen keeps sending me videos of stuff she caught on the the footage, and that stuff's pretty cool.
That's sick. And is that
for sure? Because Penhurst seemed quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's that.
Sometimes I feel like we think not a lot happened. We're like, oh, this happened, but like that's really it. And then going through the footage again, it's like, oh wow, a lot more actually did happen. So you kind of forget.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And is there any? Obviously, you guys have cameras and stuff like that, but do you bring any special technology to the ghost hunts that you may use in the videos and use to like try to find these, ghosts?
So much.
Let's run through them. I want to hear all of them.
Sure.
I think the coolest thing, which I guess would be more technical, would be the SLS camera, which Jana built.
You built the camera?
Well,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
You use the the Connect camera from the Xbox,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then like a tablet. So she got the tutorial and she put it together.
That's sick. That's insane.
So you're telling me
It's
you
very
turned
impressive.
the Kinect camera from Xbox into
Yes.
a ghost hunting camera.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That is wild.
That's insane. That's insane.
So really wild when we used it at Crescent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Wild.
Tell us that story.
So
What
Yeah, I think so
happened?
too.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what kind of location was it? Was it like residential
Yeah.
or commercial?
Crescent was a old reformatory, right? And then a sanitarium.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then a
That already
prison.
sounds bad.
I was
Bad
a
with
prison
the
too.
history. Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So it was this massive location with like 12 buildings, and we used the SLS camera in the one cell, like in the one prisons like area, and Jana was doing an SD session in the one cell. And if you don't know what an SD session is, it's you're listening to a spirit box and you have the headphones on, so all you can hear is the spirit box. And your other teammates are asking questions. So, and Jana has very good hearing, so she does the best SD sessions. So, like in our videos, it's always her listening. But like the sessions are just incredible. They're wild. So
Mhm.
we're asking questions, and we were getting very vulgar responses. And then I was like, my gosh, why are they so vulgar? And so some people who were with us was like, well, this was a jail, so
makes
it
sense.
correlated. But then we got out the SLS camera, and something came over the session of being hung and in a certain cell. And then so we took the SLS camera over to this cell, and this figure kind of popped up, and it almost looked like it was more in the air and almost looked like it was hanging.
Oof, that's creepy.
Really?
That's creepy.
And like, could you see that? I'm sorry, Brian, but could you see that in like in real life, or was it just on the camera?
Oh, it was just on the camera.
Okay, okay, but that's insane. That's actually
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let
That's
Brian.
pretty game-changing.
That's
Oh, no,
a very
I was just
entertaining
gonna-
video, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's very entertaining because some of the responses that were coming out of Jana's mouth is not something that would come out of Jana's mouth.
No.
Really?
No.
Jeez. But I want to ask, because you were just talking about how that place was like an old prison, not prison, yeah, but like prison. It's like when you search for a new place to go to, what are the not requirements, but like what do you look for? Do you look for like it was an old cemetery or old prison, or do you look for past ghost haunting or past ghost stories that's popular at that place? Like how do you find a specific place that you want to go to? I guess this question's towards Jen, because you guys were saying that Jen finds a place.
Any location that is known to be haunted, like we'll go.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
it's nice when they're close, when they're
Yeah.
not super far away, so that helps. And hopefully they're not too expensive because we pay to go to these places.
Yeah. Do you guys
Have you
travel
guys
a lot?
ever-
Oh, my bad.
Oh, but I think we were literally probably about to ask this question. I was going to ask if they ever like left the East Coast area for a hunt.
No,
No,
we want
okay.
to.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, where we're all located is good for what you're doing because this is all like the older established side of like, America as we know it. So this is where the old architecture is, the old buildings are, the old prison. So, I mean, I think for what you guys do, you guys might be in the best location.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere outside of this coast that like you want to go to specifically? Like if you guys all had to pick one place, what would it be for you guys?
Winchester Mansion,
And where's
Okay.
that at?
California.
Oh, good state to go visit.
And And what's the story behind that place? Like, I feel like I heard that name before, but like, what's the story
Yeah.
behind that place?
Well, it's actually the rifle company.
Okay.
Winchester.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
And,
I bet that place was crazy.
Sarah Winchester was his wife, and her husband and child both passed. And she believed that the spirits that were killed by her husband's invention were haunting her. So she kept adding on to the house and building like staircases to nowhere, floors that were completely like you would drop through if you stepped into a door to try to fool the spirits.
Oh,
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's like a house that just is like a maze. Like there's so much to it. It's huge.
That sounds
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
even from like a non-ghost hunting standpoint, that would be something to visit because it's like
For
you could get
sure.
lost in the house. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
just the tour would be so cool.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
a giant escape room.
Yeah. Pretty much.
What about you guys?
For me, I have to switch it up because on a lot of the podcasts, I usually pick the cat. But recently, I've been really interested in the Sally House. I don't know exactly
Yeah.
it's located. I don't know if one of them knows.
I think it's Kansas
Oh yeah, I
Not
think
too
you're
Something like that.
or Kentucky.
What Sally House?
okay.
One of the gay places.
Sally House. Apparently, there's a demon disguised as a little girl in the house. Apparently,
Anthony, you're wild, bro. You don't want to go there. You do not want.
And he's the biggest wuss too.
Yeah, you don't want demon children.
Yo, I'm sorry.
What do you want?
Brian's reaction is the best.
You said everything you needed to say for me to be like, nope, we're not going.
Oh man.
just hates men, so that's cool.
Picking off where we left off, we were talking about a demon child. And Ryan Anthony.
Anthony's the most afraid of every place to go, but he wants to be
Absolutely.
stressed. He wants to go hang out with demon children. He's a walking contradiction.
Yeah,
I like that sometimes.
one
It is like that sometimes.
one of the stories with that same house, the family that was originally living there, they were having a birthday party for their kid, a live kid.
Mm-hmm.
They had the birthday, candles lit on the table, and apparently, I don't remember exactly what happened, but they were like, the kid was upstairs, and they were like, come downstairs, blow out your candle, or whatever, and they heard someone run down the stairs, but no kid came downstairs, and then the candles blew themselves out.
Oh,
Nope,
no.
I'm out. The house is up for listing. That's crazy.
That's right. We're only asking 50,000 to sell this house. Get rid
Nah,
of it.
screw 50,000. I'll just give it away.
That's
Pass it down through the family member or something. Do a house
fair
swap.
enough.
But I wanna ask you guys: is there any place you guys have visited where you're like, yo, I might have to leave this place. This place is a little bit too much for me, or are you guys just adrenaline junkies and it's okay?
We had to leave one location because Anthony was really affected, and it wasn't good for his well-being.
What happened?
We need to know what happened.
Yeah, what happened? From the demon
Anthony, what
child
happened?
to this,
Oh,
what happened?
We were downstairs in the basement, and they said not to touch the safe, so obviously the first thing we do is touch the safe. I mean, come on.
Okay.
You die first in the movies, Anthony.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
die
For
first.
sure. For sure.
So Kayla and Jen went like into the room with the safe, and I was on the outside of the safe, like standing outside the doorway of the safe. And I believe Jen said I'm gonna start stealing the money out of the safe.
Why would you
And-
say that?
Yeah, why would I agree?
Well, because the very first time we were there, we were told that the safe was like a great trigger object,
Oh,
and me and Anthony were inside the little room with the safe, and Kayla was standing right outside the door, and we're messing around. We're like, we're gonna touch your money, and Jana was in the other room with headsets on doing the SD session, and she was like, "You better not, don't touch it." And we were like, "Holy crap! Like she doesn't know what we're doing." And then Kayla started like going manic. It was very weird.
Yeah.
She was like crying and then laughing, and
Oh.
she was saying how she felt so cold,
It was
like
painful.
yeah,
Oof.
and she was just like, I'm fine. And I'm like, okay, we gotta, you know, we gotta get up. We gotta get out of here. I gotta get her out of the situation. And then, so, you know, going back into it, we're like, actually, it was Kayla and Anthony who were like, we should go down to the safe.
Yeah.
Because it was what happened
Troublemakers.
last time. So, you know, that time it was me and Kayla in with the safe, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna take your money. And the same thing was happening. Jana was on the session and she was saying, don't touch my money, don't take my money. And again, she doesn't know what we're doing. She's blindfolded with headsets on.
Oh, you're
And
brave.
Anthony was standing outside of the room. And Kayla's like, put the money in my pocket. So I'm pretending
We're
to
like
take the money out.
shoving it in
Yeah.
our pockets.
You guys are
And
troublemakers,
Anthony-
bro.
Anthony's like, stop doing that. And at first, I don't think it really phased us. And we're just kind of goofing off, you know, taking the money. And then he's like, stop doing that. And I like looked up at him and his face was just so bizarre. Like, one, why would he be telling us to stop doing that? Two, he's looking at us like he wants to murder us. Like his eyes were so big. And I'm like, okay, this is not right. Something's not right. And then I could tell he was being affected. Like I could tell something was not good with him. And I'm like, nope, we got to get upstairs.
Yeah.
And then like chaos ensued.
And
Oof.
in the video, you know, you hear me say like, stop touching it, stop touching it. And I told Jen, from the second time I said stop touching till when we were upstairs and outside, I was blacked out. I do not remember it.
Oof.
I'm
That's
gonna,
crazy.
I'm gonna need you
And
to
then
send
They
that
had a
video
minor
to me.
possession
That's
there.
insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on our YouTube, and it's funny because like I feel so bad because I had to get the camera upstairs, and poor Jana is blindfolded, has the hearing thing on. She has no idea what's going on as we're taking off. I'm like almost in tears because I was so scared, and it was terrifying. I was screaming because his face was like not Anthony, and you could see the second it happens in the video because his body language just changes completely.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna link that video in this description
Yeah,
for sure
we have
because
to.
that sounds insane. I'm definitely gonna watch it afterwards too because that's insane.
I've got a clip.
It's very intense, and it was very vulnerable to post.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have people saying, "Oh, they're faking. Oh, they're lying. They're making that up." You know, and those were genuine. Like Kayla screaming. My thought is getting Anthony out of the building. We're goofy. We are, if you watch our videos, we are goofballs. We pick on each other. We crack jokes, you know, we mess around. So it went serious real quick.
Yeah, it's good to see that you guys like knew when to draw the line, and instead of, you know, letting them suffer to get content, you guys were like, no, we got to get our buddy out of here.
Yeah.
We were so torn on that, to be honest. Like, we didn't want to leave because we were only there for like 2 hours. And we're like, well, let's go upstairs. And Anthony's like, okay, yeah, let's go upstairs. And then he got to a point where he's like, no, we got to go. But then he was like, I want answers. So we went back in and we tried to get some more answers. So we were like,
it hit a point
that's kind of
like
tough
too where I'm scared a lot, but that night, man, after that, I was scared.
Yeah.
I was looking at them. I was like teary. I was like not. I wouldn't even be in the hallway by myself. Like they were like, I'm gonna go in that room for a second, and it was only like 5 feet away from me. I'm like, don't leave me, not leave me right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How is the
how did you
arrangements? Oh, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
How is the arrangements like after shooting a video like that? Like what you're describing. You're not going home by yourself that night, you know? You're chilling with somebody at least for the night, right? No?
I slept at Jana's.
Okay, that's good. Because I couldn't do that by myself either.
I was really, really concerned about him.
Very.
So how do you guys like disconnect and like detox from it all? Like once you're done, what do you guys do after? Because I feel like if you don't do something to transition back to our world, so to speak, like I feel like you would take it home with you. So how do you guys like have that separation where you guys can be normal people again? You know,
Brian, immediately I gotta hop on search and destroy.
That's right. Make other people suffer because you suffered. The good old expression of hurt people hurt people.
Yep. I want to ask.
Okay.
No. Finish your question now. I forgot. My bad.
Yeah, I was gonna ask them as well. Like, is there anything that you guys do different?
I mean, we probably should do more. We probably should do more. You know, we have a talk with the spirits and be like, well, if you can't follow us home, you must stay here.
Yeah.
But we probably should kind of like, you know, sage yourself or, you know, do something like that. But we're very, we don't know a lot about that yet. So it's probably something we should look into.
It's kind of funny. You're just like, you know, you're like, yo, there's a rule book. You can't leave where you're haunted. You know, you can't follow us home. Just say it. Stay over there. You know. For sure. But I do want to ask, like, because it sounds like it was some type of possession or something like that. Like, has that happened often or, like, at all in the past? Or this like a very rare thing for you guys?
Our first time.
First time.
Well, Selma, the first time at Selma, and then the second time at Selma, and then we had like oppressions, which are very similar, but it's more of an emotional response. It's where like you could feel what the spirit was feeling. Like the very first ghost hunt I went to at Eastern State, I was put in a cell blindfolded, and they, you know, put something in my hand. They asked what was in the box, and the box started vibrating. I was like, this has to be like electronic, and they said no. And then all of a sudden I start sobbing uncontrollably. The emotion came out of nowhere, and I'm like horrifically crying. Tears are running down my face, and they quit come and get me. And I was like, and they're like, we gotta get you out of here. I'm like, but what's in the box? What's in the box? And they open it up, and it's just a suspended surgical needle, and it's not electrical. It should not have been vibrating or shaking. So the spirit was messing with that, and it used me. And I was actually it wasn't a cell. It was a tuberculosis room. So that's why I was so sad, because I was experiencing what they were experiencing, like being disconnected from the world, the sadness, the loneliness, and it was painful. It was really sad, and it was not my emotions, so that made it freaking terrifying.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah.
And that happened to Jen the very first time she went too.
Oh, really?
No.
Really? That's interesting.
And she wasn't there when it happened to me, so she had no clue.
Really? Because I want to say from my point of view, from just talking to you guys for the last like 30 minutes, it seems like to me that Jen's like the top person, like when it comes to like scaring and stuff like that. Like she doesn't get scared at all. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong though.
Jana is our warrior.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Believe it. You guys blindfold her. Like, there's a lot of trust and strength that comes with that.
Yeah.
Like, I was gonna ask her how she does it, because like for me, I don't know if it's just like a self-defense thing, but I have to know what's going on at all times. I hate turning my back to any kind of activity.
This man has his shoes on all day. When he comes home, he never takes them off. He doesn't just wear socks.
But that's what's so
I would
interesting.
feel so vulnerable.
That's what's so interesting, because it's a sense deprivation. You know, you're taking your hearing away, you're taking your sight away. So it's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I would struggle with
typically,
that.
Jana is in a room by herself. So that is pure bravery right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the one that likes to do the scaring.
Yeah. I've seen Anthony get scared on the channel before.
Oh yeah.
That shirt's
All the
hilarious.
time.
I
Poor
don't
Anthony.
believe anyone's like 5 feet vicinity. Like, I'll just stick with someone. Don't put me off anywhere alone.
Yeah, understandable.
I
dude.
understand that. Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
put me anywhere alone in a haunted house. Yeah. I want to ask though, because you guys are ghost hunters. You guys, do this for like a not a living, but like as a hobby and stuff like that, right? I want to ask, like, what are your theories about it? Like, why do you think this stuff happens? Why do you think like ghosts are real, and why do you think you come in contact with them? Because I'm sure you have
That's
your
a good
own.
question. I was literally gonna ask something very similar to that, but you worded it a lot better.
We're always on the same wavelength, me and Brian.
Typically.
It's kind of freaky sometimes. But like, yeah, what's your theories about it? Because you obviously have some type of ideology or something about it.
So I think you hear theories from other investigators, other scientists, and I think it basically comes down to, kind of what you're able what information you can gather from the spirits and your evidence. We truly don't, like, I truly don't know. Is there different planes, you know, and maybe it's just very thin between this plane and this plane, and we're able to, you know, maybe connect because it's a thin, you know, plane.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
When would you guys say you guys were?
Okay.
When do you think you guys were like first like receptive to it or open to the idea of actually going and doing it? And why do you think that you thought that you could get results? Like, is there a certain trigger event that that made you guys go like, all right, we're gonna do this and it's gonna be fruitful, we're gonna get results? What was the catalyst?
For me personally, we went to Mid-Orange Correctional Facility, and I went in there and I'm like, I want something big to happen. Like, bring it on. Like, every investigation, I'm like, I want something big. Throw something at me, slam a door. I want something big. So that was my first investigation that I went with Kayla and Jenna. And that was the catalyst. That's what really like grabbed me in. I left with more questions than answers. But like Kayla, I had a oppression. We were standing in a hallway. We were with like 20 other people. It was like a tour. And our guide, she was a medium, and she divvied us up and had us stand in a doorway. And our backs were to the room, so we were facing like the hall, and you could see everyone. And she was talking and asking the spirits to kind of like let themselves be known, and we would hear bangs and stuff like that. Cool. And then she kind of was like, you know, we are so sorry for how you were treated here. You know, you're allowed to touch us, show us your emotions, show us that you're here any way that you can. And I just remember starting to feel really sad. And Kayla was standing next to me, and I'm like, I feel really sad. And then like that, I started sobbing uncontrollably. I felt the bone deep sorrow, like ultimate devastation. And it was like like if you were at your lowest point in your life and you're just absolutely devastated and upset times 1,000. Oof. And I'm just sobbing. And I'm not an actress. Like, I am, my face does not hide my reactions. And they had to like take me out. And after that, my heart hurt, like my chest, like I felt it deep into my soul. And I'm just like, what happened? Like, what was that? So after a session, I went and spoke to the guide, the medium, and I was like, what was that? And I think she was the one who said, you experienced an oppression, and they must have found something in you that they could resonate with, and they showed you their emotions.
Oh, wow.
Do you, like, I just lost a train of thought I was about to say. I was going to say.
It's late over there. So
it is late.
Tired.
It's like 11. But what was I about to say? Oh, okay. I was going to ask, since you were saying like that. No, I lost it. Brian, you can ask the question. I lost it completely.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys like there's certain hobbies or things that we do and our families kind of feel a certain way about it.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. Yes, that's exactly.
We're always synced up. That's just how it works.
That's exactly what I was gonna ask.
That's how me and Kayla are.
Yeah. I was gonna ask how does your family feel about you guys doing this? That's exactly what I was gonna ask. That's crazy.
Yeah, are they fearful? Do they like think it's unsafe, or do they just think it's silly? Like, how do they feel about it? Because I mean, you guys are definitely invested, and you can see how genuine it is with you guys. So how do they feel about you guys?
Oh,
It would have
Sorry.
happened on an Android. That's all I'm saying.
The truck said something about the battery was gonna die, and I was like, no, don't
I told
die.
you, it doesn't want those lights on.
And I turned the ignition on, so the alternator was running.
There you go. There you go.
But back to the
My-
question, though. Yeah.
Yeah, my husband welcomes it. It's something for me to go do and
Mhm.
do with my other family, my Ghouls family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something for us to do. Just don't bring anything home, he says,
Good man. No demon kids.
Yep.
There's a ghost like car seat in the back and a ghost child just waiting in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we are, if we try to find a movie on TV, it's horror,
Oh, okay.
watch. We watch ghost hunting shows all the time. So
Mhm.
that's what we watch. So, yeah. So that's our life. So this is all we do.
Yeah,
Nice.
I can feel that.
What about the rest of you guys?
Yeah.
I think my parents are cool with it. My mom cracks jokes a lot. I'll be like, I'm out this weekend, and she's like, let me guess, going to hang out with the middle-aged woman? I'm like, yep, that's it. Yeah,
Say,
so-
Mom, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'll have you know, we are fun. Okay.
You guys.
I can already tell.
sound-
I can already
yeah.
tell.
100%.
Yeah. And you guys keep them safe for us, which we appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
A heart attack. Sometimes they scare me.
They're just trying to keep you young, keep the heart going.
I'm
Yeah.
an
On your
accomplice,
toes.
but I don't do the scaring, okay?
Is this true?
It's Jen. Yeah, it's Jen, man.
I don't either.
I lead him to the trap. That's about it.
I'll never
God.
forget the second time we all did it together. Like, I was kind of new to, like, talking to them. Like, we're all pretty good friends now.
Mhm.
But, like, I don't even remember where we were at, but I remember there's, like, this bathtub, and we were sitting in the bathtub, and I heard something, I thought. So I'm like, I get up, and I'm looking around the room, and I didn't know this, but Jen is peeking through the door with just her head, and she's like, what are you looking for? And I did. First, I heard, you bitch, stop!
Oh God.
Yeah.
I can still see face and his reaction in my head.
Oh God.
Was that at White Hill?
Yeah.
White Hill Mansion?
I wish I would have had it on camera though. That was hilarious.
There's so much that I wish we had on camera.
I know. We need a camera constantly playing at all times.
Yeah, you just gotta hire
Especially
a crew
on
to just follow
Anthony.
you guys.
I want to ask you guys, building on top of Brian's question, like he said, how does your family feel about you guys doing this? I want to ask, how does your I'm sorry, I don't know if you heard that, but I want to ask if you guys how does your family believe in it? Do they actually believe it's a serious type thing, or do they just see that you having fun or having a hobby?
No.
They don't believe in it at all.
Oh, they never tell me. My grandmother knows I do this stuff, and my aunt and my uncle know this too. But they kind of more they kind of feed into it. They're like, "Oh, you doing anything this weekend? Are you doing it? Are you doing it?" I'm like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh, that stinks." I'm like, I don't know if they believe in it, but they know I'm having a good time. So
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you three?
I think my family believes in it, and my boyfriend was skeptical until he came with us.
Oh no, you drug him out
Now,
there.
my brother goes too, Jana's husband.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He loves it. He got bitten by the bug. He might not admit it, but he got bitten by that bug, and he wants to come more than he says he does. He's like, I want to go for the architecture. Okay, I've been watching the SLS camera the whole time.
Yeah.
He doesn't put that thing down.
I love when they come because the four of us are so into it, and we're not as skeptical. But the two of them, they were pretty skeptical, especially Kayla's boyfriend. And when I watch the footage and things happen to him or he experiences something, he doesn't have an overtop reaction. His reactions are just kind of very low key, but he's like, yeah, I just heard footsteps behind me and I got the chills, and that's not something that happens, So,
Yeah.
when they experience something, it's so validating. It's like,
Yeah.
yes.
And my husband, yeah, he's still a skeptic. He's still
Okay.
having a hard. Can't leave him in a room by himself. He wants
Right.
to be by himself. I don't want to.
But he's still a skeptic though.
Yeah.
I'm not going back there. nope, not going back there.
He's just in denial, it sounds like.
Listen, I don't blame him. You know, sometimes you don't know for sure, but you don't want to go find out. You know.
Yeah.
But I do want to ask you because I don't know who's editing the videos. I don't know which one of you guys edits the videos. Jen,
Yeah,
okay.
Jen.
Okay, perfect. So I edit videos for POS, and I know how hard that can be. Like, how is it editing like a scary, haunted type videos? Like, do you have like spooky music in there? Like, how do you do that? How's that whole process for you?
I try not to really use a whole lot of music. I just I can never tell like how the volume is. For some people it could be lower, for some people it could be higher, and I always listen with headphones. So for me, it's always fairly loud. The one video, it was really low for some reason, but when I'm editing, I hear it well. So I try not to really use music, especially like during like the investigation types. Maybe like when I'm talking about the history, I'll use like a background music or something like that. But there's been times when I've been going through footage and I have the headphones in and I'll hear a whisper. And I'm like, oh, jeez. I have to like take them out and I have to kind of walk away and be like, oh,
Yeah.
that was so creepy.
I'd probably be the same way. I probably couldn't do it like long term. I'd probably get like 30 minutes in, have that happen, and I'm just like, nope.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
And is there anything like, because you hear stories about, you know, someone watching a video that may be haunted and like suddenly something spooky happens in that house. Has anything like that happened to you? Like you may have watched back one of your haunted houses videos, and like something spooky happens around you that you can't really explain?
I had an instance. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I had an instance where I was watching Ghost Adventures, and my old house that I used to own was haunted, and I never would watch it at my house because I was always afraid. I was like that she's gonna get ideas, start throwing things. Like she was already stacking pots up, turning the washer on, like already doing weird stuff. And
She was a noisy ghost. That's crazy.
yeah.
And we
So I
lost
went to my
Anthony.
mom's and I was watching it with my grandmother because every St. Patrick's Day I would spend it with my grandmother because I wasn't a big partier or a drinker, and my mom would go out. And I remember sitting there watching it, and I just finished saying, she's like, "Oh, you're watching something spooky," and I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't watch it at home. I like only do it when I'm not home, so I don't want to give my ghost ideas." And just as I said that, a TikTok clock, like one of the swinging ones that I got from my house that I bought, that was there when I bought the house, I gave it to my mom, flew off the wall and shattered.
Oh, that's wild.
And I was like, I grabbed my grandmother, and I don't know if I like put her in front of me or moved her out of the way. I don't remember. I was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm
Use
so
her as a
sorry."
shield.
And she's like, and I was like, "That was weird." She's like, "That was weird." She looks at me and says, and I'm like, so that was kind of weird because we were watching a ghost show and then that happened. So that's like the only instance I can think of. But that was freaky.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be kind of crazy to experience as you're talking about it.
That's insane. That's insane.
And
But
she lived in the house, by the way.
say that again. I'm
She
sorry.
lives now.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
wow.
this is a different house.
Yeah, now you live in another haunted house, I said.
Oh, yeah.
On purpose? Or an
No.
accident? Oh,
I'm just bestowed upon it
Yeah.
all the time.
Jesus Christ. Before you guys started venturing out, had you guys had any experiences beforehand where you guys felt like you guys were, treading the other plane or, had an experience?
I don't think I was. No, I'm gonna be honest.
You were asking for trouble and you got yours.
Right.
What about the rest of you guys?
I did with a Ouija board.
Oh.
When I
Now, why would you go and play with that? What was the goal?
was a teenager,
Oh,
do you
okay.
do? Right? Yeah.
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 Play with Ouija.
That's the one thing that I've never been in the presence of one, never wanted to be one. I'm just like, nope, not for me at all.
Yeah.
That was probably the last time I played with a Ouija board was when I was in high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
And-
not. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Yep. So that was probably the last time, and I was playing with a bunch of neighborhood friends.
hmm
that just they were moved into the area, and there was a neighbor friend that actually physically died in a sledding accident down the hill, and they knew nothing about it. And apparently we contacted that person, and it was really weird and strange that we contacted that person and they knew nothing about that person.
Oh wow.
So it freaked me out.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I mean, the name coming through and who it was and how they died and everything that came through, and these people are just like, oh, this is really weird. Hey, you died in a sledding accident, and I'm like, you guys have no idea.
Yeah.
After that, I was just like, it's not happening. I'm not doing so I never did it again after that.
Yeah, that would be freaky.
Yeah.
I would not want to be involved.
So has there not been anything that you guys have done that like has matched that freakiness or scariness? I'm sure there's been a couple.
I mean, so far with Anthony, that's like our biggest kind of thing.
Yeah. That
Is
was terrifying.
Does Anthony like? I guess I don't know if this is a stupid question or not, but because I feel like there are some people, or just like people who are predisposed and more in touch, like that can be haunted more, or like they may come in contact with that realm more or something like that. You think Anthony's one of those people?
I thought you were about to insult me, Josh.
No.
No, it actually might be a compliment.
I mean, what did it say? It said that he was weak and he was vulnerable and he was an easy target.
Oh,
The spirit told us that.
Jesus. Why did he flame?
And
us?
there's
Why'd you let that man roast you like that? That's crazy.
Anthony's always insulted by the spirits all the time.
Every time.
Call him a little bitch.
Pussy.
So maybe it's just like, maybe it's his vibe, or maybe just because he's younger. So I don't know.
I think we need to go get them.
He
What are
like
the addresses?
looks
They don't
like
talk
he's
about
a
Anthony
kid.
like that.
You would think, like, maybe old ghosts. No, the kids bully me too.
I mean, maybe they see you as like a child, so they're just like, look at this kid.
Yeah.
Man.
That could also be the most respectful thing possible, because it just might mean that maybe at the end of the day you're superior to all the rest of them because you're more in tune.
Like one is at the attic, Chase Manor. I don't remember the name of it. Where that girl was locked in the attic.
Samuel Miller Mansion.
Samuel Miller.
I always forget the places. I remember Jen was like, if you want us to leave, say one of our names. And then right away, like, I'm on the Estius method. Okay.
SD.
And I'm standing there in this little, like, kind of very...
Estes.
I'm standing there in this very weird cubicle, like, wooden, like, hut thing in the attic. And Jen's like, say one of our names if you want us to leave. And right away, I'm getting bullied. They were like, Anthony. And then they were like, fuck you, Anthony. Kill yourself, Anthony. No one likes you, Anthony. I was like, what? Yo, what'd I do?
Nah, what you do, bro? You had to do something.
You
bro.
mentioned that because, you got picked on. I mean, you get picked on pretty often. You do get called out a lot. But, like, and then for, Selma to call you weak and stuff like that. So maybe there's just more of like maybe there is something more with you.
Or he's threatening to them, and that's why they're always picking on him. Because
I don't know about that.
oh no,
It's the threatening Anthony aura. Yeah.
Well, he does a lot how he doesn't want to be alone.
I don't.
There's that.
If I'm, like, sensitive without knowing it because I don't go off alone and, like, do anything alone, like, that's what I've thought about that a lot for, like, the last few months. Like, I wonder if there's more to, like, I feel things, I don't say them because I just don't off, or, like I said, because I don't go off alone, I don't experience more stuff, but I don't know.
I think it could be because he's frightened, and maybe they feel that from him.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let them know you're scared.
There you go. They smell the fear.
I try so hard to do that.
And so,
Feed off his
That's true. And I want to ask, because you guys been doing this for a while now. I think Brian was saying since, what, 2021 you said, right?
So we
I think
actually
that's when the channel launched.
2019.
2019.
We started before we did the channel.
Oh,
Okay. So you've been doing this for a while now. Does it get easier with time, or does that feeling of like scariness never go away?
Yes.
I honestly, it gets better because I did an alone challenge, and it was probably the scariest. I am terrified of dolls. I'm scared of little children ghosts, and I'm
With
not a
good
fan
reason.
of like the creepy clowns and stuff like that. And they chose a room that's covered with very old dolls, some with their eyes busted. There's clowns everywhere, and it's supposedly a little boy will show up as like a shadow, but like you could see his detail, and he will say, "Want to play?" and stuff like that. And a woman will come and scream and chase you out of the room. And I was there by myself, and I did it. I mean, my watch registered a 9-minute workout, and I was just sitting still.
Oh, man.
And it was probably the most scared I've ever been in my life. But you would never have said to me, "You're going to do something alone," when we first started, because there was no way I would have. And I did it. And I completed the whole time.
That's insane.
I convinced the ghost I wasn't scared. Every time it's like, "Oh, she screams," and I'm like, "Oh, who? The owner? No, she's super nice. There's no way she's a screamer." I would I would detour and it was like, it would say, "Are you or it would say afraid?" And I was like, "Oh, why are you afraid of me?" I know it meant me, but I was like, no.
That's insane.
You gotta trick them.
Yeah. Psychology with the ghosts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and Anthony in that room.
Yeah, I slept.
You slept in there, you said?
Yeah, me and Jana slept. It was a bunk bed, so Jana slept on the bottom. I slept on the top, and I
But
literally.
You didn't sleep there.
No, you didn't. You left me there and slept down in the hallway on the couch.
Where did you end up sleeping, Anthony?
No. I stayed in that room for like 6 hours or whatever, and then like the last 20 minutes.
No way, it was 6 hours because we went to sleep at 6
like
o'clock in the
30.
morning.
Whatever.
It was like 3 hours.
Yo,
Long
they
story-
exposing
He
this
said-
man.
Yeah, he said you're all wrong.
Long story short, by the end of by the beginning of the hallway, like I wasn't in that room, but with good reason, because I told him the morning of, when I was laying there in the bunk bed, in front of me is the wall, and I saw a shadow, and it looked like the kid, and his hand went like this, and he was peeking over the bunk bed.
Oh,
So-
no.
So
Then
my question is this, though. How are you supposed to go to
You
the...
talked about how you wanted to play Uno with him. You failed. You were supposed to ask him to play, not run away.
I tried
Well,
having
if
the
he
tea
might have
party
played with
him.
him, he might have stayed there forever. We don't want that.
Exactly.
I want to ask, though, like, if you're supposed to go see this, like, demon child house, like, how are you supposed to do that if you can't play Uno with the demon child in that house?
It wasn't even a demon child. It was just a little kid that wanted to play.
Little
Can you
shadow
imagine-
monster.
If
Can you
I'm,
imagine being stuck at a location and you have no one to play with?
Yeah, that would suck.
if I'm with someone, I'm fine. Alone, no.
But I was there. You
Oh,
I
my
was
gosh.
because I saw this shadow. Jana sleep. I'm like, Jana, and she wasn't waking up. So I'm like, you know what? That hallway looks really comfy with all them lights on. I'm gonna go stay over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's what happened. The ghost had like her ears plugged with its fingers. It was like, she's not waking up. She can't hear you. Top, all the girls are at the bottom.
It's like switching it up every time.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, people are going to be so confused watching this because
They're like, wait,
it started
We'll
with
just
Brian
blame it on
at the.
ghosts.
It's like, yeah, it started. I put like a warning message warning. Ghosts mess with our cameras throughout the podcast.
There you go.
Hollywood Squares.
And,
Yeah.
Oh God, that was a classic show.
Because Brian started
Brady
at the
Bunch.
top left, and now
Yep.
he's at the bottom right now for me. That's crazy. But yeah, so I want to talk about like how long do is this a long term like hobby for you? Are you gonna be doing this for like years upon years upon years, or do you plan on stopping at some point? You know what I mean? Or like, do you plan on bringing like if you have like grandkids at some point, something like that. Like, oh, let's all go to the haunted house this Sunday or something like that. You know, like what's your plan for the future for doing this hobby?
As long as they're still doing it, I'll be doing it. Because you're not going to catch me being like, I'm going off alone, guys. Have fun. Like,
Yeah, no.
And what about you three?
I hope we're doing it for a long time.
Me too. I enjoy it very much.
I want to try and go, I would love to go overseas, but that requires money.
That's scary though.
That's for when you guys get the
I feel
TV
like it's
show.
gonna hit different over there. Yeah, there you go.
When you get the TV show, that's for when you guys get the TV.
That'd be
I
nice.
hope one day.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it would be sick.
That's why YouTube is kind of important, with subscribers, and eventually, like, we would love to be able to get monetized, and then that can go right back into the channel and helping us with equipment and travel, and so that's what we're hoping.
I got a question for you guys. Have you guys has anyone ever contacted you, like a viewer or someone that follows you guys on like Twitter or Instagram, and be like, hey, I think I've got something going on. Can you guys help me with this or come visit? Has that happened yet? And would you be willing to do a like follower or subscriber request?
I'm kind of hesitant.
Who was in your door back there, Jana? In
Huh?
your glass window.
Huh?
Oh, I don't know.
Whoa. Brian, don't
Or
be
is
scared.
there
of
somebody
me,
in
bro.
front of you?
Was it older person?
I don't know. It walked.
Brian, you trying to kill us? You
Brian,
trying to
bro,
hard
I don't got
No,
time for that, bro.
no.
You see this big old door next to me,
I
bro?
was
You see
about to
this?
say me.
It
And I
could have
was
been.
like,
Brian, who's like,
We'll watch it
Brian,
back.
who's breathing down your neck over there, Brian? I don't-
Yeah.
Oh, that's just Chuck, my poltergeist.
Yeah. Yeah.
I give him space when he needs it. He doesn't give me space, But like, I promise I wasn't trying to spook you, but I swear, we'll watch it back.
Yeah,
And
I'm
either
definitely
I'm
gonna
crazy-
watch that back.
Yeah.
Could have been my husband
Yeah, because I have
It
a
could
big
be. It
window.
could
be. Better
man.
hope
I
it was
like
Jay-
playing with windows, man.
or my parents,
Yeah.
one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They live with me, right?
That's how it always starts, though.
I know how that goes.
Convincing yourself that it wasn't a ghost, and then it turns out it was.
No, but
Every time, yeah.
And then you're on the
if it
news.
was my dog.
Oh man.
Oh, that's wild.
I'm
man.
sorry. I promise I'm not trying to freak you.
What?
There's nobody in front of you or behind you. Like
Me?
in
No.
the.
Are you? Wait, is this for real?
I'm not gaslighting. I swear.
There's no way.
There's no one like there right now, but someone like.
Now I want to really go back. Unless you're seeing like a
Might have been
mosquito.
walking by, yeah.
Okay.
Could have been somebody walking by.
Yeah.
Okay.
They go back to back bedrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna be on like a
All
top
right.
10, like top 10 YouTube ghost sightings.
Yeah. We're talking about him, and then one's like behind Jana.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I want to ask. So like we were talking about, you're gonna keep doing this for as long as you guys want to keep doing it. But like, what is the goal? Like we were saying, like a TV show or something. But like, what's the goal for the channel? Is there a specific goal with creating this content, or do you not really care too much about the direction it goes in?
I don't really have a goal other than just improving the videos and hopefully capturing some, great evidence. But like we started ghost hunting for us, and we had this footage, and I was like, well, what do I do with this footage? Like, I want to share it. And I'm sure there's other people out there that would be interested in watching, and I think we're pretty cool. So I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
So, I started the channel to share and to create friendships with other investigators, and that's kind of like why. I would love to grow to a point where we are able to fund our trips and investigations. Maybe eventually we'll get goals, and
Yeah. You're just taking it as it goes right now, basically.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely understand that.
Mm.
So when it comes to haunted houses, right? I lost my train of thought. It's getting late for me, my bad. I'm losing my train of
You're
thought.
fine.
I'll ask you guys a question while he's trying to
Yeah.
get his train of thought. What are the go-tos for your trip? Like, what are the snacks? What are the must-haves that you guys have to have?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alcohol.
Do you guys drink while you guys do it?
Kayla's
Oh no.
Kayla has to. When we go to a restaurant, we like go around Kayla. Like, I have to like look in a location where we're going, pick out the restaurant, and say, "Here, Kayla, do you like it?"
Yeah.
And it has to have alcohol.
For the
At the
nerds.
We have a little pre-game. You know,
Like
Control.
one drink really,
Okay.
just to
Fair
kind of
enough.
take the edge off.
Mhm.
Just a tad.
But
Now, when
Kayla,
you guys-
sets them
When
all-
we didn't have anything to drink.
Yeah.
Kayla sets
Well-
them all down if we don't finish them.
Oh, waste not, want not, right?
no.
Can't waste
While we're-
alcohol.
Nope.
Heck no. While we're investigating, Jana supplies our Coke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cola.
You know.
Okay. Okay. I don't know
I
about
think it
that
was just the
one.
way you delivered it. Was just- I was like, did she just say that?
Such an emphasis on the
Not
Coke.
that.
I know, yeah, that's what like. I was
No,
like,
definitely not.
Not,
good
No.
call. That's probably the worst thing to do.
And we always have like like me and Kayla, we live off of like iced coffee. So, and
Yeah.
then snack wise, I'm a mood eater. So, you know, one week I'm like on Cheetos, the next week it's like beef jerky. So it
Mhm.
depends. But I always have to have some kind of like candy.
Yeah, candy.
What
for sure.
candy? What candy does it have to be? Is there anything specific, or just kind of whatever's around?
It for me, I'm a mood eater. So like right now I'm like really big with like the chewy airhead bites and
Oh, yeah.
like the sour, yeah, or like the nerd gummy clusters. So it always depends.
My wife is stuck on those right now.
Which one?
That's her jam.
The gummy clusters.
Yeah, I didn't know that they existed until like maybe 6 months ago.
They're
Yeah.
new, no? The gummy clusters,
No.
they're
They're pretty
new.
new. Maybe like 2 years.
Yeah, it's been like 2 years. That's new. That's
Yeah.
new. They're good. They're really good. I don't know if you tried them, Brian, but they're so
I'll have
good.
to try them. I haven't yet.
You're
You have to.
what?
They're addicting.
Yeah, they're
They
so
are
good.
very addicting. They're very addicting.
Yeah.
Unless if I want to try something, I won't. Like, you kind of know how I am. Josh. Like,
Yeah.
you can't talk me into something. I have to like organically want it, or else I won't try it. Like, no matter how good you tell me it is.
I feel you. And I remember what my question was gonna be. Sorry, But my question was about, like haunted houses and everything. Obviously, there's haunted houses, but do you guys ever visit places that, just aren't houses, maybe like a graveyard or like a haunted forest or anything like that? Would you guys be down to visit any of those areas, or have you visited any of those areas?
I would
First
like to
time
go to
we
a-
all- Sorry, go ahead.
So we're close to Maryland, and there's the forest that's based off of the Blair Witch.
Oh, okay.
Story kind of thing. It's supposedly haunted. So I think that would really be cool to like go investigate. But bugs, no
Yeah,
bugs.
Yeah.
Like bugs aren't like fun. I don't.
you have to
like-
do it in the fall. That way you're safe.
Yeah, and for me personally, I think graveyards are peaceful. I think people are at rest there.
Yeah, leave them alone.
I'm not opposed to doing them, but I really don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I think it was New Jersey. I'm not sure because I'm from New Jersey myself. I say that a lot, a lot of people know. But there's a road. I forgot what the. He doesn't like New Jersey. But there's a road.
enough.
They say the road is haunted. I'm like 80% sure it's New Jersey. But they say like you drive down the road and there's like a woman that like you think is a hitchhiker. What happened?
Like a woman in white.
Yeah,
The
like
woman.
I think so. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I feel like every state has that haunted road where there's the woman in white.
But it's like
walking
a
down the
really
road.
famous story though. Like if you hitchhike, you actually be like haunted. I don't know. I heard about it a while ago and like I decided I was never gonna go there. But I think it was New Jersey. Very certain.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that scares me all the time. Like, cause you guys were saying like that you have a lot of stuff around you. You don't really travel too much. Like obviously off the East Coast because it's too far. But like, what is the furthest you travel to go somewhere for a haunted house?
Was it Rhode
Florida?
Island?
Vermont.
Was it Rhode Island?
Vermont.
Wilson Castle.
Yeah.
Oh, that was further than Rhode Island?
Yeah.
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 Oh.
How long was it, the drive?
6
8
hours.
Oh,
8
6. No,
No,
6,
it
6.
was 6.
Sorry.
That's insane though. And did you guys stay
But
the
with
night?
the amount of stops that we do, it's like 8 hours.
Okay. Okay.
You can blame you can blame Jen for that one. Usually, it's
No.
always
Anthony, one kidney.
Yeah.
one kidney. That's my fault.
But did you guys like stay the night, or did you guys go there in the morning and come back at night?
No, we slept in the castle, yeah.
That's crazy. Is
If we
that
can sleep at the locations, we will sleep there because can you imagine being up all night and then having to drive afterwards? Like that is really rough.
it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that happened.
Yeah. That's insane.
Rhode Island happened.
What happened with Rhode
Oh,
Island?
We went there and we drove home.
Oh.
That's the end of the story.
Jana drove home.
Yeah, I drove home.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that, especially for something like haunted houses. I feel like I don't know about you guys. You guys actually do it, obviously, but for me, what I imagine if I do a haunted house or like try to explore a haunted house, it would be kind of stressful, at least for me, because like I'm not used to doing that type of stuff. Like I'm like Brian. I never did the Luigi boards or anything like that. I was never around it. So if I was to ever do that, I would be extremely stressed. Like if I heard one thing,
I would be stressed out.
Yeah, if I heard one thing, I would probably be out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The drive is stressful just because it's like sometimes it takes a while.
Yeah.
But like we are so excited. Like we count down the days to our investigation. You know, the drive there, we're all like pumped, let's go.
Yeah. So okay, so it's like a whole like event for you guys.
Oh yeah.
That's sick. That's very sick. Yeah. But I do want to enter more towards closing because we are over an hour now. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are over an hour now. But Brian, I'm gonna let you get any last questions off you have. If you have any remaining questions that you didn't get to ask.
I think we need to have a part 2. We definitely have to do this again because I think there's not going to be enough time to ask all the questions we want to ask. I've got a whole list, so
He's staring.
yeah, I don't know if I've got just one in particular.
You can shoot them off rapid fire. We can do a rapid fire section real quick.
No. What's the next place that you guys are going to go? Like, what's the next game plan? Have you guys already picked, or is it something that you guys are going to have to still talk about?
I think we have it picked, don't we?
No.
Okay.
Not the next one. No, not the very next one.
We have like an idea of places that we want to go to, but we have nothing planned in stone right now.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What is the best way for the people that are watching now to truly keep up with what you're doing and, feel like they're there with you? What's the best means of social media or websites that you have that you'd recommend our followers go to keep up with you guys?
YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want details about what we're doing, Twitter.
Okay.
We post pictures on Instagram, so you can kind of see what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then our videos are on YouTube.
Now, with the Instagram, are you guys like uploading pictures as it's happening, or do you wait until after the fact?
A little bit of both.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think I'm just worried about people like showing up. I know we're not like all
Yeah.
that popular yet.
It is a
But,
valid
No,
concern.
you have to
though.
be safe. Yeah, you have to be safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll usually share like, hey, we're on our way somewhere, but won't really say where. And then
Good,
maybe the next morning, I'll post a picture of where we were.
Yeah. That's definitely good. That's
Yeah.
definitely good. Because you would want like some weird like, hey guys, figured I'd show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll make for an interesting YouTube episode.
And then Anthony's got to like channel his ghost powers to control the ghost to get rid of the person.
Yeah.
Pick on him instead.
Yeah, Anthony's secretly half ghost.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's all I've got for this session.
Yeah, well, I'm going to link all you guys' links in the description, the Instagram, the Twitter, the YouTube. I'm going to link that video of Anthony getting possessed. I don't know what happened, but I'm going to link that video.
Poor Anthony.
No, I really want to watch that.
Brian, poor Anthony.
Yeah. So bad for you, man.
I really do
feel
want
like
you
the
to.
Ghosters pick on you.
I want you to send the link to me because I actually really want to watch that after this.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm not going to watch it after because it's night, but I'll watch it sometime during the day.
Because it's
like
night, bro. It's almost 12:30 for me. It's for you. It's like 9.
Yeah, you know, witching hours, etc. Like, yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah,
It's not fiction.
I'll put it in the group chat we're in.
Okay,
sounds
perfect,
good.
perfect.
Yeah, because there's a difference between like watching a scary movie, maybe inspired by true events, and then watching true events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two different things.
But all right, guys, this was a great podcast. Thank you for letting us have you guys on. We're gonna link all you guys in the description, and thank you for coming on.
Yes, and let's do this again.
It was a lot of fun.
We have to do this again.
It was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
You had great questions. We usually get asked
did.
like the same questions,
Yeah.
and that's great because people want to know about us. But like
Yeah.
we like different questions, so
Yeah, and I think like because we're not super skeptical, like we're not like, oh, they're making this up. Like, no, we don't think you're lying about any of it. So I think that changes it for us,
Yeah.
And we don't do it, so we're not like asking you questions that we would want to be asked. Like we're asking you questions out of genuine curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that.
for sure.
Perfect. But make sure you guys visit their channel for sure. Subscribe to them. Drop them a like. Drop them a comment.
Absolutely.
Drop them a sub on behalf of POS. And don't forget to drop a like, comment, and sub on this channel as well. And we will catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.